Station peoples.
Hey, happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah, happy 4th
of July weekend.
That's right. I know when I get out of here tonight, I'm going to go swimming with bow-legged women. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Vernon had a party to go to because he's the one who gave me the idea, even though it just totally went past me that I forgot that this takes place on 4th of July weekend. So I was like, oh, fuck, bro, we got a show 2 days before.
Perfect timing, yeah.
Perfect timing. So I had Frailty at first, but I switched it out and put that shit. So
yeah, well, this came out on June 20th, 75. So a couple of weeks before 4th of July when it came out.
Oh, wow. So it's probably shit. Somebody said, I think Vern was saying too, he's like 50th anniversary will probably be coming soon.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure they'll do a lot more then. The movie, I was looking on Wikipedia, the movie was made for $9 million and took in $476 million.
Damn.
In 1975.
That's a pretty penny.
and I can't even believe Spielberg made this movie for $9 million because, man, it looks great on the screen.
It does look really good. And it holds up so well.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know what we were talking about, we'll be reviewing the 1975 Jaws movie tonight. Should be a lot of fun. This movie, bro, is something that I probably saw this once a week in my house, if not a few times. My mom, this is like one of her all-time favorite films, if not favorite film. I'm pretty sure this is her favorite film of all time. And we'd watch all four of them, honestly, but first two religiously, without a doubt. So I'm a huge fucking fan of these movies. It's funny because my little brother Evan, he remembered bits and pieces, but he'd never seen the whole movie. So he just saw it this past, I think maybe yesterday or something. So this past weekend, I watched it. So, yeah, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm an OG. I saw it when it came out in the movies. I was 14.
Oh, damn.
Jesus.
That must have been cool.
And when that head popped out,
that probably was a big one.
Barry was talking about nudity in the movie in the beginning, and he was turning up the brightness on the set and stuff. But yeah, when you're 14, you see that on the theater screen, and you go, "Hey, this movie's starting out good." Oh, don't worry about Mom. Don't worry, Mom.
It's a good way to hook you in, you know.
Hell yeah! I definitely grew up on these movies, but I think, dude, did you see it at the drive-in?
I saw it at the theater, yeah.
Theater. I feel like this would have killed at the drive-in.
Oh yeah.
Killed.
Well,
Exactly, man.
this is the movie that started the whole summer blockbuster. This
I was
is
gonna
it.
say it
Oh,
had,
wow.
and then it probably was in theaters in the drive-in for probably a couple years. You know?
Yeah, it ran for a long time. Well, especially with the amount of money. Not as long as something like Star Wars, but
Yeah.
it ran for a long time. And it came back quite a few times. And I think this is like Spielberg's really maybe second or third big movie. And then he comes out with this. I mean, this really cemented his career.
I believe it. The any of you guys ever go to Universal and ride the Jaws ride when it was open?
I went in the Jaws wide. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
really
I'm
young
sure
though.
he did.
That shit was fire, bro.
Yeah.
It was right next to his house.
That was like my favorite thing as a kid.
It was cool.
Unfortunately,
Like there was a guy driving and he had like a shotgun and he was
Yeah.
like shooting barrels and the shit was exploding and you could like feel the heat. It
Yeah.
was a cool ride, dude.
And then if you were on the end, the fucking shark would pop up right at you, man, with
Yeah.
his mouth open. They had like a real mechanical shark, which I always loved just because they built their own shark for this movie, you know? So I always loved that.
yeah, in '88, I went down to Florida, went down to Disney on my honeymoon, and unfortunately, Universal wasn't built yet, so I wasn't able to go. So I
This
would
had
love
to
to
be
go.
his first big movie because what did he have? Firelight in '64, Duel in '71,
Yeah, his
Ace
first big
Eli
thing.
Rogers in the Skies in '73, The Sugarland Express, which the only one I've ever heard of is Duel, and
Well,
then Jaws.
Sugarland Express was his first moderate theater. That was his first theater movie, I think, and it was his
I've never
moderate
seen it.
success.
Feature
Duel,
film directorial
Duel
debut.
was a TV movie, so that doesn't really count. So
Yeah, so this was really his big thing. This was
his
his
big
big
thing.
break.
Put him on the map. Yep.
And then he did Close Encounters.
Yeah, right after this, he did Close Encounters, another huge hit. After that, Indiana Jones.
1941 he did
Yeah,
right
1941,
after.
which was kind of a little bit of a bomb. It wasn't a big hit, but it did okay.
Steven Spielberg and Zemeckis coming together, it looks like.
Yeah.
And then Raiders of the Lost Ark
Yeah.
put him back on the map again. And then what else?
After that, hit after hit after hit after hit. So.
Yeah, let's see. After Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Poltergeist, Twilight, even though he wasn't the director. Twilight Zone movie, Indiana, Temple of Doom, Goonies, Color Purple. That sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen that.
That's
Empire
a
of the
Goldberg
Sun.
movie. Empire of the Sun is a great movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
You get a chance. Christian Bale. It's a war movie, World War II.
Oh wow.
That's what I thought.
Really good.
Hook, which I loved as a kid.
Hook was okay.
I like Hook.
Oh my god, bro! It's just hit after hit, really.
And then Minority Report, and then and then he started getting more into the big dramas because he was Steven Spielberg. Schindler's List.
Yeah. I feel like the last great movie he did was like, oh shit, he did The Terminal. That was a fun movie. That was a drama, but it was good. Catch Me If You Can was great.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds, I feel like, was his last best movie.
Well, this is his last genre movie. It's his return to science fiction and stuff. After
Ready
that was
Player
all
One
dramas.
was dope, but all of his movies, I haven't seen The Fabelmans.
I haven't seen that yet. But all his movies have been pretty
he did Saving Private Ryan?
Yes, Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, dude, that thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the guy is Hall of Fame material, yeah.
Right?
And Jaws is what started
bangers.
it. Jaws is what started it.
Jesus Christ, man. And that's just like what he's directed, not let alone for all the stuff that like he produced with the Steel
Batteries Not Included.
Presents.
Batteries Not Included he did. Amazing Stories he did.
I love Amazing Stories.
There's just so much, as a producer, how much he's done.
The Future.
He did Young Indiana Jones. Remember that? The Young Chronicles on TV?
Yeah, I remember. Yep. Twister, Mask of Zorro. I mean, his producer credits are insane.
But I think the big thing that makes this movie
He's a producer on Bumblebee.
Yeah, and he's a producer on the new Transformers movie as well.
Yep, and Destiny.
Yeah. But it also helped that he cast 3 big actors. well, at least two big actors and one up-and-coming actor, Rich Dreyfuss, who was still fairly big. But Roy Scheider was huge in the 70s with all the movies he did. And Robert Shaw was a huge actor. Go back and watch his movies. He's a great actor. And he's done so many different war movies and dramas and stuff like that. But he was this movie. You know, we're going to get into probably best character. But Robert Shaw, for me, if it wasn't for him, it didn't elevate the movie. He elevated this movie to a whole nother level. And really, and he took a horror movie mainstream too. I mean, he took what basically is a horror movie, and probably made it the most popular horror movie really ever. You know, and as Perry thinks, he pushed that PG limit. You know,
yeah, he did. I was surprised, dude. I didn't think like a 2 hour. Like I was like, oh man, this movie's 2 hours.
Go watch Poltergeist. That movie.
I was like, dude,
too,
a 2 hour shark movie.
Poltergeist and Critters too. I think that's PG or PG-13. And this chick straight up, straight up see her full tits like in light.
What movie is that?
Critters 2.
Critters.
Yeah.
Critters.
The second one though.
There was full tits in Airplane. That was PG too. Back then, it's a whole different era. You know?
Yeah, the first PG-13 movie was Temple of Doom, and it was like, oh my god, like so many kids didn't get to go see it because they made it seem like it was terrible.
Yeah, and it wasn't as bad as the movies we just named. It was as bad as Jaws.
It was Doom. Like G. It was either G or PG, and then anything that was there was no rated R at that point, was there?
Yeah, what do you mean? No, there was rated R movies.
There was rated R.
Oh, absolutely.
But that was shit.
But they didn't deem this movie and there was no PG-13.
Yeah.
You know, usually unless
I thought rated R would be like grindhouse shit.
Yeah, to get R, it's language.
Because even like the Universal monster movies, those were like G, you know.
Yeah, no, it's language and nudity is what get you an R. Like he just watched Blazing Saddles. That was an R in the 70s for language.
I gotta watch that one still. I've only seen clips of that.
Yeah.
Did you really enjoy that one, Perry?
Yeah, there was like a musical at the end. I can't stand musicals, but besides that, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Spaceballs, it's that type of humor. Mel Brooks.
I never got big into Gene Hackman. He has he's kind
Gene
of
Hackman's not in that.
Willy Wonka,
like certain act. Yeah, I love him in that, but
Young comedy, Frankenstein
is
up there.
I was just never big on his comedy.
No, you're not thinking of Gene Hackman. You're thinking of Gene, the other guy that's with Richard Pryor. The guy that was in that movie wasn't Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman is Lex Luthor from Superman.
Let me see. Let me see.
It's Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Well,
Young Frankenstein.
Did you ever see?
I was just.
Did you ever
I feel
see
like
Silver
there's certain
Streak?
comedies that have their own type of humor.
Yeah.
There's a coaster for my girlfriend. It's Hello Kitty, but Jaws.
Try to watch Silver Streak with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. That was a pretty funny movie.
Which one was it?
Silver Streak with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, or Stir Crazy is another good one with them.
What up, Manny? GT.
Well, I mean, some of these comedies were a lot different than 80s comedies and 90s comedies and so forth.
Put the candle back. Yeah, Young Frankenstein's so good.
Yeah, Young Frankenstein's a great movie.
Nice knockers. Thanks.
Well, that's right up there with Nice Beaver. Oh, yeah, I just had it stuffed from Naked Gun.
Let me see. Before we deep dive into it, let me see. Is there anything horror related we could talk about? Five Nights at Freddy's finally got a full out trailer from Blumhouse saying it's in theaters and on Peacock October 27th.
Oh, God. They were put on both at the same time?
I guess so. Man. They did that with a lot of shit.
So somebody explain to me. I've seen haven't I seen another movie called Five Nights at Freddy's? Is this a remake?
Nah. That's Five Nights at Freddy's is a video game.
Yeah.
I thought it was a movie. You probably
saw Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
It's like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
Oh, okay, so this is the first time it's going to be a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been talking about it for years, trying to get it made. So it's got like a huge
But
cult
it's a
following.
lot
The
like-
video game has a huge cult
Oh, yeah.
following.
Is it a lot like Willy's Wonderland? Is it the same type of thing?
Similar, but a
Okay.
lot of people would say this is probably better. I'm guessing we'll have to see how the movie
Well,
is.
this probably inspired Willy's.
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure because
It's good
those movies weren't like owned by anybody. Like the Five Nights at Freddy brand is owned by someone, so they got to get like. I guess there was a lot of drama with getting approval from the creator of the game. Where Willy's Wonderland, that Banana Splits movie, those were just like their own IP, so Blumhouse could do whatever the fuck they wanted with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perry's got to do the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey in the show.
Is that any good?
No.
No. Oh,
no,
boy.
it's not.
Not at all.
No.
That's a Five Nights at Freddy's.
I mean, I won't tell you it's not worth watching. It's just not good.
It's not good.
I watch movies all the time that aren't good. That's still worth watching.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. I know Insidious, The Red Door comes out this Friday. So I'll probably be trying to watch at least Insidious 1 and 2 to get ready for that. I know Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny is out in theaters now. So go check that out if you're a big Indiana Jones fan. I know Scarphead went and saw it. I saw it.
I have issues, but overall I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely issues, but it's worth going to see for Indy's big send-off. It's just so weird seeing these guys old.
Yeah.
Old as hell. And then Harrison Ford is still kind of like ripped.
Old. I don't know if I'd go
He's
that
old,
far,
ripped.
but he's
He
in good
definitely,
shape.
I mean, dude, for
Yeah.
an old guy, he definitely, I mean,
What did you think of
he would kick your fucking ass.
what I know he could.
He'll kick my ass, dude.
He'd probably kick my ass.
What did you think of what Salah looked like now in Marion? Salah is the Egyptian guy that was in the first movie.
He was old as hell.
Oh my God! And even Marion was rough shape.
That's what I'm saying. They're old as hell. Jason Blum updates on the Spawn movie, predicting a 2025 release until 2025 comes, and then he says 2027. But I hope we could get that. That would be awesome, because I don't see Jamie Foxx doing it, though, because I heard he just had like a stroke or something. But
he's been in the hospital for like a while now.
Yeah, so
For which movie
I
is this?
really want to see a Spawn movie, though.
Yeah. They said they're moving forward with production. I don't understand if he's in the
Hey,
hospital.
did you see?
I'm
Anybody see
guessing
the?
they're recasting him.
Anybody see the trailer for the next Dune movie? They showed that Christopher Walken's the Emperor.
Ooh.
No, I didn't see
that should be
that.
interesting.
But I did see that they did come out of the trailer. I just hadn't watched it yet. Damn, that's sweet, though. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I think that's it. Thought there was one thing, though. I think Tugun was talking about that movie. Run, Rabbit, Run is out on Netflix. A horror thriller. So, might be worth the watch.
And also last week, besides Indiana Jones, I went last week to see The Blackening, and that was okay movie. That was pretty good.
You said it was funny, though, right?
It was funny, and I just, the only thing is I knew who the bad guy was immediately in the movie, but the movie itself was good. It was fun.
Yeah. I know Tugun took his wife to go see that No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. Not horror related, but he said
I'm gonna
it
go
was
see
pretty
that
good.
this week. I'm gonna
It
go
was
see that
pretty
this
good,
week.
and if you're a fan of Jennifer Lawrence, definitely go see it. So,
Wait, who isn't a fan?
Yeah. Yeah. So, back into Jaws, 1975. This came out. Like I said, this movie has a lot of nostalgia for me. The shark. This is what stemmed my love for shark movies. I usually want to watch any shark movie just because I want to see if there's anything that will ever beat this movie. And I don't think there's ever been a shark movie to ever top this. It's crazy. Nothing has ever really come close. There are a couple really good ones, like Deep Blue Sea. I always liked.
But they're kind of ridiculous. They're good, but they're kind of.
You guys see The Meg?
Deep Blue Sea was
The Meg is good.
The Meg
Meg's
was
good. I want to watch
But
that.
once again, they're not at this level. They're not.
And they got a second Meg movie coming out.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, there's always a bunch of shark movies coming out, but just none ever really live up. There's a few good ones though.
I sent you the pick on Dick Shark. You think that's gonna be a good one or what?
I thought you want to go watch Cocaine Shark.
They are supposed to be making a Cocaine Shark.
I bet.
But yeah, no, there's been a lot of good ones and bad ones, and of course Sharknado.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are fun. Those are fun.
They're fun. All those movies are fun, but it's not on a level of this.
Yeah.
It's all because of acting, baby, acting.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you got the mechanical robot, which was like a game-changing thing. It was something that never been done before. It doesn't seem like it's ever been done before after either. There is like
for a reason,
deep
because
blue sea, there are like practical sharks and stuff, but
they said that shark was broke 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And they ended up just dragging
sinking in the water and
dragging
shit.
it around on a fucking board. The whole cast and crew hated that thing.
Yeah.
Because it did not work.
Oh man, it looked great though.
There
was times where I was like, "Is that a real shark?" I was like, "Is that real?"
I went like my whole life until watching the behind the scenes on this past couple years ago, and I went my whole life thinking like that shark looked damn fucking good. They did a good job.
Great.
And,
yeah,
but it didn't work.
I mean that's editing and all that right there. You know what I mean?
It was the 70s. They did all that with fucking spit and polish and glue.
fucking bubble gum.
Dog paddling in the damn water with this big ass shark.
It's like the cop. He's like, "We gotta close the beach. I gotta go to the hardware store and get some paint and fucking brushes and write beach clothes." I'm like, "What?" That's nuts.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
But then this movie developed the whole trope, because how many movies after this had the big summertime in a thing, something's attacking them, you gotta close the beach, you gotta close this, the mayor saying we're not gonna do it. They all had those tropes afterwards. It came from this movie. It was this developed the whole thing. All those lines, it became iconic. You need a bigger boat. This wasn't a anybody, I don't know if anybody's remembered the old Saturday Night Live sketch they did with on Jaws. And the guy was looking at it, goes, this wasn't done. He goes, this is my lunch. It's egg salad in the bowl and stuff like that. It was pretty funny. But this was a huge, huge movie back in the day. And I don't think it's ever been topped, at least, not in this genre. Sure. As I said, I saw it when it first came out, 1977, 75, in the theater. It was wild seeing something like that. And Perry, this was your first time seeing it today.
Yeah. Today.
Can't believe that.
Oh,
I do believe it.
Man, it's crazy how like movies from the 70s have this feeling of like hyper realism.
Yeah.
Like every movie that I watched from the 70s, I'm like, I feel like that could actually happen,
Plus,
like,
it's
they do a really good job.
Absolute lack of anything that's CGI or CGI possible related.
Oh yeah.
And just the acting. I mean, Roy Scheider has been in a bunch of different stuff. He's the cop. And he was great at it. I mean, Robert Shaw and the rest of those guys. I mean, those three guys made the movie, and they were the whole movie.
Yeah.
But they had all those iconic speeches and stuff.
I was gonna say, I really like how they introduced Quint, how he was in like the little town hall meeting, and they just planted him there. Yeah. Then they waited a little bit, and they brought him right back around. Like, yeah, you guys finally came around.
Well, yeah, and they in that scene where he introduces himself by scratching on the black.
Oh yeah, dude! I lifted up my headphones. I was like, no. It was killing me.
There's 2 points in this movie that I think are the best scenes with him, and we'll is the Blackwood scene where he's scratching on it, where he gets introduced, and that whole sequence, which went on for a long time, but it's probably to me the best part of the movie, where they're comparing wounds, and then he tells that story about how all the men went in the water, and the sharks were getting him. The whole story he sold, man, that sold and that made the movie. I mean, up to that point, it really didn't feel like there was a lot of danger. But when he told that story, and then immediately after that, you get the shark, pounding in the boat and stuff like that.
I wonder, why did he break the radio?
Because he didn't want him to call the cops. He was going to get the fucking thing if it killed him, and it did.
Well, it did.
the name of the boat was Orca, but it was really just the whole Ahab and his whale with Moby Dick is, at this point he was pissed at everything the shark was doing to him. That's why he was, Ray Scheider said, well, why are we letting the shark take us out to sea? Why don't we just, take him into the bay, go back to shore? And it wasn't until the shark took 8 barrels down and survived all that shit. He got pissed off, and then he said, okay, we're going in, we're going to drown the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That was the only time he was going to do that. And he didn't want anybody to come on and kill him but him. He was obsessed at that point. And that was part of that character. I mean, that was such a great fucking scene with the boat and stuff. And we shoveling the thing about, come the big introduction of the shark. You come down and shovel this shit, and the shark pops up out of the water.
Yeah. And he doesn't say anything. He just slowly backs up. Like he's just completely frozen.
Yeah. And I think Evan said that down the chat that, I think Robert Shaw did improvise a lot of that whole story.
Oh, wow.
They just ran with it, But, he was the most colorful character, I think, in the whole movie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But you're right. I think it's 70s movies in general just seem to have a little bit more going on, I guess.
Yeah. Really immerse you
because
into
I think like in the 80s and stuff, they would have tried to put in some kind of lame humor in it, to try to lighten it up. And this movie does have humor in it, when they see the sign and they drew over the sign, and then the guy doesn't want to close the beach, and when he comes in and all those guys are going out with their guns and their boats, and he's asking what the hotel is, and he goes, oh, they're all dead. This movie had humor in it, but it wasn't the type of silly over the head humor.
The cheesy one-liners,
one-liners. Maybe you're gonna need a bigger boat. It was a one-liner, but that came from the movie.
It felt like organic,
right. And then people started saying that, and it became a one-liner. But that came pretty naturally, So,
oh yeah.
I don't know, Dylan. You said you saw this movie 12 times. How old were you when you first saw it?
Bro, I've seen this shit way more than 12 times.
But and to me, that's the big difference. Jaws 2 was one of those sequels like Psycho, I thought, where the second one was better than it had any right to be.
Oh, really?
It's not Jaws 1, but it still has a lot of good stuff in it, and it's kind of like a slasher horror Jaws. 3 and 4, no, they don't. They watch that in a junkie watch, but it's not. They're not good movies, But one is nothing has ever come up to 1, not even 2. But 2 does come a little close. But
I was impressed on Amazon. It has 25,000 reviews, solid 5-star all the way. I was like, holy smokes, you never see that,
Yeah, I mean, this movie made everybody's. I mean, I think this was on the top 100 list, the greatest movie, ever, and this is definitely my top 10, without a doubt. I mean,
sure.
And top 10, I think the majority of those top 10 would probably be Spielberg films. A lot of them would be. So, but not all.
But I mean, this was one I've seen this movie hundreds of fucking times. And it's one I always, I watch this one at least once a year. And I grew up watching this over and over with my mom. I had the VHS tape, and like I said back then, you would just watch stuff over and over. You got a great cast in this. Like we were just saying, Quint is just perfect in this. You got Brody, who's, you got the perfect trio, and then you got the asshole mayor.
Yeah.
And they're just all so different. The scientist, the cop, and then the big time asshole like boater, or boat guy.
They all fit their roles so perfectly.
Straight up.
And you bought the characters too, like the scene in the movie where the woman who kid got killed comes up and slaps Brody in the face. I always felt bad for him because, hey, it wasn't his fucking fault. He wanted to close him, slapped the fucking mayor standing right there. But you feel for that because, you feel for the guy because they sold it to you that well.
I like how after he gets slapped, the bear is like, "She's wrong. She's wrong. You did the right thing." You know, he says something like that. He's like, "No, she's right." You know, like, why didn't she slap you? You know, it's always his fault. He wanted to shut it down.
Right.
And this was one. Of course, and this movie was based off a novel by Peter Benchley that came out in the 70s, which was a huge book. So it's not like they just they took the screenplay and they actually made. I read the book. They made a movie that was better than the book because the book went into Brody's wife was sleeping with the Richard Dreyfuss character. She was alcoholic, and they didn't really get along together.
I believe it.
The Quint character was pretty much the same, but they changed a lot of stuff in the book, and I think the movie's a lot better than the book.
Yeah,
but it was a big book even back then in the 70s.
Damn, Peter Benchley. Yeah, he's done a lot of big shit. He didn't. Who's the one who did Jurassic Park? Michael Crichton.
Right.
Crichton, yeah. I always get them confused sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, Two Gun, man, this shit did make me afraid to go into the ocean as well. That's for
I was watching this. As I'm watching it, I'm like, bro, I never want to go in the fucking ocean ever again.
Never.
No way. I don't want to do it. I don't want to think about it. It's not happening.
Perry, I would suggest you jump in as soon as humanly possible.
No way. Not even in the palms, dude. I'll go to the beach. I'll put my toes in.
The fucking alligators outside your door will get you long before the sharks ever do.
You go wrestle an alligator. You know?
Deuce Bigelow. You ever see the second Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo? No. And him and the one-legged girl go on
with the one leg
after they get married, and they go somewhere exotic, and they go to this resort, and he's like, they think they're feeding baby turtles, and then he's like, "Did you?"
Oh, I think I have seen that.
And then his wife gets eaten, and then they keep bringing it up, and he's like, "How the fuck was I supposed to know that there was meat sauce on the lettuce?" Because they're like, "There's no sharks around here. We're feeding the turtles." That shit's funny though.
I gotta get a little Quint to put in there, you know.
Yeah, that'd be great too. Perry, though, you said this was your first time watching this, man. I gotta know, man. What are your thoughts on this? And what did you think first time seeing this? I know you probably had to hear a lot of things, a lot about this movie. I know you.
Oh yeah.
Heard of this over the years.
When I was first learning about like photography and stuff, they used to always show this scene with the camera where it goes up on the cop when he's first on the beach and the kid's in the water.
Yeah.
And so it's like I remember that scene like distinctively, but I didn't know that they were gonna kill a kid in the middle of the water and chunks of blood just flying up in the air, dude. Like that blew my mind away. This whole movie, like it was like nonstop suspense, and then the story would just like drag you in more, and it was like more suspenseful. That's why when it came to that scene where the researcher went underneath the boat and seen the dead body, I was so scared because I was leaning in as I was watching it because I was just like so drawn.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it right. Yeah, on my computer. Yeah, because I couldn't believe that he's getting in the water. Like, what are you doing? Why? Just tow it. Just tow the boat back. What are you doing?
Well, and that's the big reveal at the end. He thought for sure he was done, and then he pops up out of the water.
He came back up. He went down there. He's like, I'm just gonna play possum real quick and just hang out here.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing during that whole.
I thought he was trying to find a spear. I thought he was gonna come back and save the day, and he never did. He was just stabbing him in the fucking top of the head. That was a dumb idea going in that cage. No way, man. Ate him alive.
It didn't eat him. Well, I ate the cage.
Well, yeah, ate the cage, but he's lucky he got away. He's lucky he went down instead of up. I think if he would have tried to go up and escape, I think it would have caught him. Mm-hmm. I think it was smarter for him going down.
He was too busy. The shark was too busy with Roy Scheider at that point. We came back to him. It took him 10 minutes to eat Robert Shaw.
Yeah, but super good movie. I'm surprised. Like I like movies like this that almost 50 years later it holds up.
Still feels like it just came out, dude.
Yeah.
It never ages. It doesn't feel like, oh, this feels like it was made in 75.
Yeah.
Like, this feels old.
Yeah.
It's timeless. It's one of those timeless movies. And that's where I think doing the mechanic or, doing the shark the way they did is really, because when you see it, it looks
It
fucking
looks
real.
real. Yeah,
It looks
still to
straight
this
up
day.
real. When I was a kid, I thought it was real.
Yeah, I thought it was.
straight up
I'm
thought
30
it
years
was
old. I thought it was real half the movie.
right. It's so fucking
Yeah, they
good,
were lucky.
man.
They made it. It didn't really work, as far as moving it, but
Yeah.
it looked great, and that's all it really mattered.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, those kids were such assholes with the little wooden plank and the shark fin in the back.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah,
one
they
of the
almost
kids
got
was
shot.
his.
They came
One of
up.
the kids was his,
They
yeah.
came up and they looked down the barrel of a gun. I was like, oh my god,
Man, that shit was good.
Yeah.
Kids will be dicks.
Yeah, I mean, just the music in this is another
Oh, so good.
incredible one. Not even just like the dun 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 dun
Oh
dun
yeah,
dun.
John
I mean,
Williams.
that's
One of John
obviously
Williams'
so
best scores.
classic, but it's just got a fantastic score in it. Period. The entire thing is so good. Who's John Williams? Yeah,
I mean, John Williams did pretty much every Spielberg movie
Yeah,
from this point on. So
yeah. But
so
yeah,
many iconic themes.
you just cannot go wrong with this movie. It looks so beautiful, especially when they're out, on in the ocean and everything. All those shots just look great. And Quint is just.
Did they
just
film that
steals
in the
show.
ocean?
Yeah, it was filmed in around the Cape,
Wow.
Nantucket, I think,
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
which is where it was supposed to take place, right around there. So. But yeah, I mean, I definitely love this movie. I saw it when I was 14 years old, and it did scare the shit out of me. No one saw heads popping out of boats, and I mean, not in that type of movie because it was a mainstream movie, so we're not talking like humanoids from the deep. These people went there thinking they're gonna see, not something that horrific, and right from the get-go, the girl gets killed. You see the hand,
Yeah.
and then the kid gets killed, and then you see the leg and the head. So there's some decent, shocking scenes here. And just with the characterizations and everything that happens, I mean, yeah, this is a no-brainer. This is a 5-star movie, and it's just a classic. I mean,
It's best of the best, man.
best,
of the
best, and one of the best Spielberg films. It's in his top.
It's definitely
Fine for me.
probably my favorite Spielberg movie of all time. I would say
I would say
it would
this was
be
number one
it would
for me.
probably be like a tie between this and Jaws, or this Jaws and fucking
Raiders.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
Oh,
Park.
really?
Yeah, that's a good one.
To me, it would
Those
be
are probably my two all-time
yeah.
favorites.
No, for me, it would be Jaws and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That would probably be my third.
I think this has more suspense than Jurassic Park.
Well, that would be my second one.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Honestly, it would probably be Jaws. Jaws, Jurassic Park, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That would be my trio. Raiders of the Lost Ark is the best of all the Indiana Jones movies by far. I know some people have their favorite.
The first one was the
Crusade.
best
I know
one.
Fable said his favorite is Temple of Doom because that was the first one he saw in theaters. Everyone has their own favorite one.
Yeah. Temple of Doom was probably not my least favorite, but I didn't like as much as the
Least
first.
favorite. I was gonna say, did you fucking see Crystal Skull, motherfucker?
Oh no, yeah, I know, yeah. It's better
You
than
mean
Crystal
the
Skull.
trilogy?
I'm talking about the trilogy.
I used to always say Last Crusade was my least favorite.
Really? No, I love Last Crusade.
Well, no, I do.
For me,
I
it's
love
one-
Last Crusade now.
1, 3, 2, 5, 4.
Yeah. That would probably be 1, 3, 2.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many iconic scenes in this. So many the dialogue. I mean, we went over a few of the scenes. Anything with Robert Shaw is gonna be my favorite scenes in the movie. I just love his character, and to me, he makes the entire
show.
movie.
Really, you don't get Roy Schneider stealing the show until the second one.
Roy Scheider's great in the movie, and so is Richard Dreyfuss. But my favorite, of course, is the Quintmeister. There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They even give you the little cans of Narragansett beer down here.
It's a bummer he dies because I'd have loved him to cut. I could have saw, instead of like it being Sheriff Brody, I could have saw like the sequels being him. Like
I thought he was just gonna lose his legs and get like peg legs later on. Like I thought that's what they were going with, and then they just killed him. I was like, oh damn, dude, because that's like a sailor thing, right?
And
Peg leg.
I loved how they killed him too. I mean, he didn't get they had to show the bite down, the blood coming out. That was
and that shit is good. Thoughts on the Sharknado series and stuff? I think they're not good movies, but they are fun as
they're
hell
fun
to
movies.
watch.
I love.
And I enjoy the hell out of them. I actually have the little six pack
that's
right
awesome.
here. They're fun. I think they are absolutely ridiculous, over the top, and yeah, it's all CGI sharks, but you know what you're getting with this. Like, you go watch The Black Demon and see the CGI sharks and shit.
Black Demon was
You're
such a
not
horrible
really. You're
fucking
like
movie.
you're hoping that maybe this is gonna be a good shark movie, where it's like, this is like, no, we're a ridiculous fucking shark tornadoes slash movie.
To me, this is the best shark movie ever, and it's never been touched. The other ones are good.
Good.
But not this
That
level.
was fun.
Did you ever see Orca, the killer whale?
Oh fuck yeah! I love Orca. I got it right down here somewhere.
Wasn't Robert Shaw in that too? No,
I don't think so.
he was in another sea one, The Deep. I think he was in The Deep with Nick Nolte. But yeah, this is the best movie. And even Jaws 2, there's a lot of fucking disbelief there. You got first of all, you got to believe there's another shark that came after this one. And then that fucking Brody wouldn't get the fuck out of that little town afterwards. He's still there. But it's a fun movie because it's like a slasher movie. It's a bubblegum movie, but it's not the first one.
No.
But it's definitely worth watching.
Not. Yeah, I feel like the second one is just,
And I enjoy it. I watch it.
Roy Schneider getting to lead that one, and more like a slasher in a way, like you said.
Well, he led the first one too, but I'm just saying, yeah, it's more the kids are in it more, so it's like a typical slasher thing,
Fuck yeah, we do, Nicholas. That's how we roll.
But I mean, I don't think there's any shark movie that I've watched I really hate. Well, yeah, Black Demon. But other than that, most of them have been pretty good. At least the big ones, like deep, the ones you mentioned. But this is just so much better of a movie.
Perry, have you ever seen the Sharknado movies?
I've seen like clips and like little scenes of them, but I haven't like watched the full
They got
movie.
the one chick from American Pie in it.
Oh wow!
I can't believe she went from that to fucking Sharknado.
What's the one? What's the main guy normally from the Ian?
Oh, the 90210, isn't he?
No.
Ian
Oh
Zero.
yeah, that is one of the big things he was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if they got 6 of them, and those were all on TV. I mean, they got 6 of them. It's like somebody had to be a fan of them for them.
Oh, dude, when it first came out, like everybody was talking about Sharknado.
Yeah,
like, it was everywhere, dude. Like the radio station, everybody.
Yeah, and you can tell that as the movies went on, they have more cameos than God in it. Everybody wanted to be in those movies.
They get
Al Roker and fucking everybody was in those fucking movies.
Yeah. They're just
goofy,
fucking dumb fun. It's like what you're signing up for when you like, oh, are you gonna watch Sharknado tonight? Yeah, like it's gonna be.
Like
I'm gonna get stoned as fuck and have a fucking blast.
It was on Sci-Fi Channel, like Z Nation and shit like that. It was the same type of shit. Back when Sci-Fi Channel used to be good, and now they show Field of Dreams and fucking Fast and Furious movies. Like, how is that fucking sci-fi? They do. Wow. It's crazy. Sci-Fi Channel sucks now. It used to be halfway decent.
I used to stay up in like the middle of the night and watch like the most randomest low budget sci-fi movies on there, and they were good too. I was like, wow, I can't believe this is actually like pretty good for how shit it is.
Yeah, and then they had all those like Mega Shark against Octopus and all those stupid movies. Crocosaurus versus it's just dumb shit. And then there's a whole cottage industry where they do those knockoff, the asylum there, they do those knockoff movies where a movie will come out like Pacific Rim and they'll make Atlantic Rim. Or it'll come out, like War of the Worlds, or they'll make like almost the same movie. And they used to do that. And you look at the box art, and even the box art for the movie almost looks exactly like the real movie. But they're fucking all knockoffs. Cheap ass movies. But some of those are fun to watch. But are we gonna do best scene and best actors? I guess.
Oh hell yeah! Best scene and best actors. Kick it off.
Best actor to me, Roy Scheider. Robert Shaw, Quint is my favorite of all the movie. And any scene he's in, The chalkboard scene, the scene where they're he's telling the story and showing the wounds, and the scene where his wife meets him and he's singing bow-legged women and all that shit, and then put that down there, you son of a bitch, drop you. And he's singing that song about women and their virginity and that in this vicinity and shit like that. And his wife's going, "Oh my God, get out of here." So yeah, Robert Shaw, and any scene he's in a movie, including where he gets killed, is really, to me, the highlight of the movie, without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think, Perry? Who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite? What your favorite scenes in the
I'm
movie?
gonna go with Quint, definitely. But that guy from the institution that came, like, I didn't like him at first, but like as the movie went on, like I started to more and more like him. He was kind of crazy, but
He made him like an asshole in the beginning,
yeah,
and then he got better.
And he was like polar opposites to Quint. Like he's like this rich kid, and then you got this guy who's like a real like hands-on type of dude, and like they were going back and forth. And then once they started showing each other like their battle wounds and battle scars, it's almost like they gained respect for each other.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, it was just so good, man. I really like that scene.
And that's why when he comes up at the very end of the movie, he goes, "Where's Quint?" And he goes, "I didn't make it."
He didn't make it.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
And
I even like that one scene when the kid is on the boat and she's like, "Oh, he's on his birthday present," and then she sees the picture of the sharks attacking the boat, and she's like, "Listen to your father, get off of that." You know, like, yeah, dude, like, what are you doing? Why are you on the water? Come on, it's a little boy.
Yeah, I mean, that's I think the difference. Even like the minor characters in the movie, like the mayor and the wife, they got shit to do, and even the kids to a certain extent got shit to do.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. There are a lot of characters in it, man, and everybody kind of gets their own like shine to it. You got a few that end up just being random fishermen and stuff, but it's one of those small town, like they're on like an island, which is another thing that I really always enjoyed about the film, is that I always say Stephen King does these small town, everybody knows everybody, and that is exactly what this is, where everybody knows the mayor. It's like
I mean, I've been to the Cape and all that, and this is like the Cape. This is what it is. If you go to the Cape, that's what it is.
I want to be an islander. You got to be born here to be an islander.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh shit, okay, dude. There were so many extras on the beach. I was like, holy smokes, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, and it's like summertime is like their time to let randoms come to keep their town afloat, because vacationers or what kind
travelers, right?
Yeah, the travelers.
If it wasn't for that,
that's probably the only time they let strangers come into their town. And
it's the whole industry. That's all. Their summertime is what is the whole year.
Exactly.
So
who would go there?
That's why the mayor goes so crazy, saying like, he doesn't want anybody knowing.
But then the mayor's the one that goes.
Nobody's going to come.
Mayor goes to the old people. There's nobody go in. He makes those 5 people go in the water, and they're all like traipsing. I want to go in the fucking water, and everybody looks around, and then they go in, and that's when the fucking shit goes down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but my favorite scene is definitely that boat scene with the dead body coming out. Like, what a punch in the face, dude! Wow, it just comes out of nowhere. Because you think that big part of that scene is him finding the tooth. Like it's like, all right, here's the tooth, and then like, boom, and then he drops the tooth, man. This guy has the biggest butterfingers. He dropped a tooth, and then he dropped the freaking spear. What's wrong with this guy?
He got caught between the rope when the fucking rope was on the ship.
That was good. I liked it.
Yeah, definitely. There's just so many iconic scenes, and definitely, and just the sayings and everything in the movie. It's very quotable. And the whole scene at the end, they could have ended it any better with him putting that tank in the shark's mouth.
Oh, and then shooting it.
And then shooting it, and then blow up, you son of a boom! It's just the whole ending was perfect.
Yeah.
Smile, you son of a bitch.
I like how it just ends with them on the Bowies, like kicking. Don't stop kicking, man. And then credits. And I was like, yeah, that's it. We don't need nothing else.
They're gonna die out there, man.
You better hurry up and kick.
Right. But yeah, I would definitely say Quint is my favorite character. I fucking just think he is perfectly casted. I love everybody. I love Who's the one that Richard Dreyfuss? What's his name in it?
Oh, that's
Why is that fucking oh my god.
yeah, I know I can remember Brody and I
Matt
know
Hopper.
Matt Hopper, that's right. Hopper.
Hopper. Yeah, but Quint is the best. He just outshines all of them. I think you could just kind of tell, you know.
He's a colorful character.
But I would say it goes hand in hand. Hooper, yeah. And my favorite scene would be when Quint gets eaten. You know,
Yeah.
it was funny. My dad sent a picture this week, and it was like, let me see if I can find it. It was like Quint, like kind of backs, like they were just chilling, and it was that scene, and it was like obviously a time when they were just chilling, not filming anything.
Yeah.
And fucking Quint's just like laying there napping with the big ass shark, like right. It's like the boat, like he's like laying in water basically, and he's just got his hands up. This big ass shark is right next to him, and it's like the boat is falling apart, and he's just laid back chilling. I wonder if I could find it. I have the picture, but I wonder if I could show it.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy too, because they mentioned that he doesn't like water. You know,
Right?
he hates the freaking water, dude.
Well, he's from New York, so he took the job there and he didn't like water, you know, didn't like to swim. I think that's the last place you'd go if you didn't like water, right?
He messed up.
Hell yeah.
He done messed up.
There it is.
What's that? You got the picture?
Yeah, I found it online.
Yeah, there it is. Well, that was after it killed him. They got him out of the water. He's probably dead.
Well, I'm saying that, but this is him, like, yeah, he's just laying there dead.
He's really dead.
But dude, like, that shark looks good.
So he put the shark in the water. He had to fucking get in the water, climb into the fucking thing. He's probably saying, "What the fuck?"
That thing, dude, probably was so heavy because it probably would get water in it. And that thing was just, I could imagine how much of a pain that would have been.
Yeah, that's a great picture. And he's probably laying down because the fucking thing's broken again, so he's probably taking a nap.
Yeah, Chief Martin Brody is classic without a doubt. I love him as well. I love it. I love all three of them in the movie. Even the mayor's fantastic. That Quint has always stuck with me. And I literally, like, remember in Tremors how the side, like, the fucking, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about from Tremors? Fucking the guy who's like in all the sequels. I always felt like they could.
Michael Gross, the guy from Family Ties.
Yeah, and he's like in all the sequels, like, and he was like a third character, even though Quint is. Sheriff Brody is like the main guy, but technically, Quint is top billing.
Yeah,
and then Brody and Hooper share the second billing.
Yeah,
and I always thought, I was like, if Quint didn't die, there could have been like a TV show, like all about him going around the boat, all around the world, just hunting sharks and shit. That would have been
awesome, dude.
That would have been awesome.
Hell yeah.
Like just him himself, you know what I mean? Like he's just
Shark Adventures.
He's just literally, dude. He's just such a great character.
Or like a before, like how he killed all those sharks in his house because his house is filled with all those shark teeth,
right?
Like a TV show or something, how he got all those different sharks.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Yeah, if you want to see him, Robert Shaw, in other good movies, he was in The Sting with Robert Redford, Paul Newman. That was a great movie. He was in From Russia with Love, the James Bond movie. He was good in that. He was in Black Sunday. That's the one with the sniper taking shots at people during the Super Bowl. That was a great movie. And he's in The Deep, which was another one of these killer whale fish things. So he was in a lot of good movies, man. He's a good actor.
I'll have to check out The Deep. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Deep, 1977.
Yeah, nowhere near as good as that. His best movie, go watch I think the first one I said was good.
What was the I did like too when Hooper comes in, since he's kind of the guy that knows all about this, and they think they get that one shark and they cut him open and they're pulling out like the
License plate,
license
dude.
plates and all this
He's
shit.
like, he's
I
from
always thought,
Louisiana.
I always thought that shit was funny as hell. And I guess it's like it's true though. They
Yeah.
literally like eat anything.
That's wild.
But yeah, this movie is just fucking so damn good, bro.
Yeah,
It
I think
just-
it's it came out in the summertime, and it's one of these movies. You go see a scary movie about an alien. You know, an alien is probably not going to pop down and kill you. But you go see a movie about swimming and sharks, you better believe people were afraid to go in the water.
and it's good. I mean, obviously, it came out in the summer and they based it in the summer. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a perfect movie to watch every year around this time. I feel like just perfect, man.
Well, and people freak out around here because I mean, Cape Cod and all that, not very far from where I am, and
Yeah,
they're used to seeing shit like that. It's like looks like home,
yeah,
So,
fuck yeah.
I would imagine where Perry is. He's right next to the ocean, so.
Never thought about
Terrifier 1
sharks.
is releasing the theaters for 1 week this month, July. Oh, I think I did hear about that. Yeah, that'd be fun to see in theaters.
They should do it. They should do a double feature. Really, they should.
Yeah,
do
that would
both
be
of them.
cool. Definitely.
Terrifier
a double
1,
Or all
feature.
three, for that matter.
Well, when the third one comes out, they should. But let me think. We did the music basically. Did the favorite character, favorite scene.
Dude, that music, that dun 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 dun. Later on, like in the movie, because they did it a couple times in the beginning, but like
Yeah.
towards the middle, towards the end, they added like this drum, doom, 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 and I was like, oh shit! Like the bass was hitting in my headphones so hard that my heart rate started going quicker, and I'm like, holy smokes, this is so intense. They did such a good job with that.
It's
sound.
a good movie to watch in headphones, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music is really a big thing on this. It just adds that intensity to it.
Oh yeah.
Especially with a lot of some of them scenes where you can't really see what's going on. You just can maybe see the fin, or they're kind of going underneath and you see somebody's legs. They really did a good job with like the camera shots, making it seem like that's the shark like floating around the person.
Yeah,
There was a lot of really good camera angles. Like when
Really, yeah.
Quinn was on the tip of the boat and he had the gun and the camera was like downward looking at him and he was just like on the front of the boat. Like that was such a really good shot.
Yeah,
So this was mostly
there's
shot.
some fantastic shots.
This movie was mostly shot at Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. So, which is I've been there. It's not that far from here. So that's why it's just around here. Everybody really it affected them. I think a lot more because that's where they were.
They got good clam chowder up there.
Yeah,
Right. New England clam chowder
Yeah.
and lobsters and good ones.
if you're from the coast, you thought about going swimming after this. Good camera angles from Steven Spielberg. Say what?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's some. I wonder though. I mean, he definitely had to have a DP too. So
Sure.
And they
I
said
wonder
Jaws
if
was
he
the
was-
first. Jaws was the first major motion picture to be shot on the ocean
Yeah, that would make sense.
because a lot of the movies when they showed the ocean, they were all in the studio in like a tank. I mean, here's a picture. I don't know if you can
That's
see
probably
that.
how they saved a bunch of money. I mean, wouldn't it cost more money?
That's a picture of how they hauled the shark up by a crane,
Oh man.
drop it in the water. The thing must have weighed a shitload of weight.
Oh, I'm sure. And then once they got
Right.
water in it, dude, it just had
There's
to
even
fucking-
more.
Nah, that's yeah.
Once water got in there, it had to be really fucking heavy, dude. But yeah, dude, just a fucking classic. I
And I
will definitely have to do the second one at some point.
and this movie definitely has a very vibe. If you guys ever read, I don't know if they make you read Moby Dick in school anymore. They did when I was going to
Call
school.
me Ishmael.
So Moby Dick was a big influence on this movie with the Captain Ahab being Quint, going after the whale, going after the shark. So it was big. I think that was a big influence.
Dude, I wanted him to use that harpoon, that spear so bad, and
He
he
did.
fucking dropped it, dude. I can't believe he dropped it in the water.
Yeah, but at the end, Brody's stabbing that thing a half.
Yeah, I know he's
times,
stabbing
so-
and stuff, but
Even
just
if
like
you
a knife,
watch,
like Achilles.
if you
Like how
watch the
fucking
scene
Achilles threw that
closely,
shit.
Yeah, that's
when
sick.
when Quint gets eaten, he has like a knife in his hand and he's stabbing at the fucking.
Yeah.
So.
At that point, his legs are gone. A little too late.
Yeah, a little too late to be stabbing.
It would have been great if he came back with like a
that
peg
little
legs.
Swiss Army knife.
You should have popped up in the end and just, I'm okay. Just a flesh wound.
Just a torso and arms. I'm here.
Yeah. Get me back to the shore, you fucking kids.
I've survived worse.
Yeah. The
My
fucking
legs-
sharks
now,
got me
somebody
60 years later.
After they blow them up, they'll be like, "My legs got to be around here somewhere. Go find them, Brody."
He could have been living inside that shark and been breathing.
I mean, dude, Pinocchio fucking lived in a whale. I mean, why can't he live in a shark?
Boom.
Pinocchio lived in a whale.
For a couple months, I think. Got himself around the world, free ride.
I heard housing was short. But
Yep, links on money. First
Didn't-
summer
I didn't
blockbuster.
think it was that bad.
First summer blockbuster. That's
Here's another good picture right there.
I mean, dude, like I said, bro, this movie had to be jumping at the fucking drive-in and in the theaters. Like, people had to be going nuts.
Well, yeah, I mean, drive-ins were bigger than movie theaters back
That's
then.
what- yeah.
So definitely.
I feel like drive-in was like the big thing to do on the weekend for sure, and then it's like during the week you'd probably go to the theater. But drive-in probably who knows? I mean, back in the day, would the drive-in cost more than the theater? I wonder. Like,
I would think not, because you're in your own car.
Driving was like $10, $20, but you could bring in as many people as you want.
see, they
was the whole
stopped
point
doing
of
it. See,
drive-in.
that's why I was curious, because they would ask how many people when we went, but you could fib that when I
What
went.
do you mean they were charging by the head?
Yeah, yeah. At
What
my
the fuck
drive-in.
bullshit's that?
Well, it's yeah. That's what
Everybody get in the trunk until we get in.
a couple
whole,
times that's what we do. We get
that was the whole
we get
point
we
of
get
a
a
fucking
couple of
drive-in.
be like, oh, we got like 3 or 4. Because once you're in there, they don't fucking know.
Yeah.
It's not like you would just pay like $40 to get in.
The whole point of the drive-in is that you can sneak beer and shit in the trunk and have about 1 million people in the fucking car for one
Hot box the car while you watch the movie.
Yeah. Well, then I mean, you're guaranteed and then I mean, even if you're spending $40 for you get like 4 to 6 people at $10 a head. I think it was like $7 a head or something, but you get 2 movies guaranteed. So like if you go to the movies and pay, now it's almost like $12 to $15 for a ticket. You're getting one movie. That's it.
And that's the thing. Speaking of the whole head thing, that's the real difference between theaters and the drive-in. Drive-in, you can get head. Theater, you can get thrown out.
Well,
You still get head in the theater.
you could put your dick in a box and get you some.
Put your dick in a popcorn box.
It's a popcorn box.
Yeah,
It's
extra
a
How many
butter.
people did that?
But it's a fucking box or a tub, whatever you want to call it.
Perry, have you done
Just
the
don't get
whole-
one of those. Just don't get one of
Have you
those like
done the whole popcorn tub
special
thing?
metal tubs that they're always offering. You're gonna need paper plastic so you can cut that hole.
Yeah,
You gotta get cinnamon sticks and cut a hole in the bottom of the cinnamon sticks.
Yeah,
Well, if you just get cinnamon sticks, those fuckers are gonna be so hard you could probably just dig it through.
I tried the whole popcorn tub thing in the past.
Did it work?
The hot butter burnt the shit out of me.
Yeah. I don't know how Pee-wee did it.
What up, Bobby D? Yeah, you definitely could pack some people in the trunk.
Right?
That's normally, we could. My parents.
That was the whole point.
Feel bad. They're like,
Understand.
so they would pay for like at least half. But like, if my two, like, there would always be a couple siblings that were like babies and stuff at the time. They're like, why are we paying? They would pay for like the older kids.
I mean, that was the whole point of the drive-in back then. Was that parents could take kids and not have to hire a babysitter when they went to the movies.
Yeah.
And then but those days are gone.
Yeah. Well, I still have a drive-in by me. I actually really want to go to it this summer. we normally go a couple times in the summer because we had the one we got still pretty nice. There was one that was right down the street. It was called Memphis Kiddie Park and then Memphis Drive-In, and my mom would take me to the fucking park all day. They had like little rides, Ferris wheels, and like it was like a little mini kids fair type thing, like old school vibes, like with the like little kids Ferris wheel and all that shit, and like little go-kart.
You got nice memories of drive-ins.
Yes,
My memories aren't quite as nice. I remember when we used to have a drive-in and a whole shopping mall right next to a shopping mall, right down the city.
Yeah.
And Mom used to take me to the supermarket, go shopping. It was at night. You could see the fucking drive-in. You could actually see the movie on the screen.
Right.
And a few times I caught those titties and shit up there when you saw them way back.
Looks like you do have good
sound.
It looks like you do have good memories then.
They're good.
Man titties.
They're just a little bit more twisted than yours, yeah.
Well, I used to go see it. I would just see whatever they had, man.
Yeah, I only went one time, and I had to roll the window down and grab the speaker and put the speaker inside of the car. And then the mosquitoes started coming in the car.
Yeah, most places.
And I was like, this sucks, dude.
No, most people have the whole.
Now they have the radio
thing.
Radio.
They've had that.
They don't even have the speakers anymore. Those things were crazy. No. They were so big, man.
They were huge, yeah.
They were huge. My dad.
Well, you know what really sucks now is like a lot of cars. Like I had a car before I had the car I had now. I couldn't shut my lights off.
That was my dad.
There's no off in the lights.
I had to shut the whole car
lights
off.
And
yeah.
Well,
there was a way. My dad couldn't figure out how to get the lights off, and the guy at the drive-in, there was a way that he could get them off. You should have asked them if that ever happens again. Ask them.
You got to pop the hood and unplug the lights.
No, they didn't do it. There was like they did something though. There is a way. Every car should be able to turn the lights off. Maybe
the guy gets out. I'll show you how to turn these motherfuckers off. Big baseball bat. Boom! Boom! They're off now. Yeah, drive-ins were fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really glad they still have one. It's only like 20, 25 minutes away, so it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
And it's worth it to me. Because normally, you get my dad, even when we go, he'll get like, they have like little he has like little mosquito repellent smokers that he throws under the car, so it kind of keeps them away. And then
we'll throws them under the car. You're waiting for the car blowing up like the gas tank and shit. That's a bad thing to do,
bro. It's just fucking like little. It just like gets.
But it's on fire. Is it lit?
No.
They should do it lit.
Nah. But then you just spray yourself on and shit. But a lot of times we'll sit in the car, but there's so many of us that a lot of times we would sit outside. But once it gets like really fucking, but I'm telling you, they got good ass food too. I think the drive-in has better food than the movies. We would get a big.
Oh, they have everything. Pizzas.
They got really good pizza. They got great nachos. Like when you go to the movies, it's always. They're pre-bagged in a
give you a can of
bag, and then it's free. They don't even it's like no. They just get like little cheese cups and everything.
Yeah, it's almost like a real restaurant. There, you can get grinders and hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
And all this
damn.
Like my girl has to make the nachos for us. She like pours them in, throws the cheese in. It's like they don't do that anymore. Where you just get them already. Like you got to open the bag and everything.
Well, plus the driving
all quiet because you don't want everybody looking at you while you're just. Pouring your big bag of nachos and shit.
One of the driving when we had a driving down here, they used to do dusk to dawn shows.
There's a fuck.
And they do like all horror movies from like 8 at night to 6 the next morning. And
damn.
And they play a couple like mainstream ones like Fright Night and shit. But then once you got like past midnight, it was all the grindhouse shit, the real gory, bullshit ones. And you go there and all night long they do them dusk to dawn. That's when it was fun. And they still do that. If you live out in like Pittsburgh has a couple of theaters, they still do the whole dusk to dawn things and horror movies and stuff. I'd love to go out to see one of those.
Right? That'd be cool. That's an experience.
But yeah, I guess we're gonna rate it.
There was the drive-in that's still open by me has a train railroad right by it. So and every now and then the train does.
You can't hear the movie.
It's not that bad. It's once in a while, but there's also the highway is right behind
Oh,
it. There's
man.
a highway on
Right.
the left side, and then but you don't really hear the cars, but it's always cool because like when you're leaving, like a lot of times my parents would never really stay for the second movie. So a lot of times I'd be like watching it as we'd go back. You could only get like maybe 10 minutes of the
Right.
movie, but because they would always want to dip out after falling asleep and shit. Because if you stay for both movies, you're liable to be leaving at like 2:33 a.m. I mean, because the movies start, you got to get there early to get a good spot.
Yeah, they don't start till
You're
it gets
leaving at
dark,
like you're
so
getting there at like 7:30. The movies don't start until like
9
9.
o'clock. Yeah.
Damn.
So by the time, with previews and stuff, and sometimes
Yeah.
they don't do the intermission. They have intermission after the first movie, and then, they give you plenty
Right.
of
10
time
minutes to go
food
and
and
get some
shit.
meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, if the first movie starts at ends at like
Yeah,
11,
they're like
they
11:30.
probably give you about a 30-minute break in between. So, but it's worth it. I love them. I love doing it.
Well, then now they do the whole thing, which we never had back then, where they had like 3 movies and you can pick which one you want and just point the car at the screen that you want to go to. And that was kind of cool too.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Shark Cartoons?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Absolutely.
get 5
Yeah.
cars lined up partying.
That sounds like a good time.
Everybody would be
Then
stoned
watching
to
the
the Jesus.
movie. That's crazy. All right, though, yeah. Scarphead, you want to kick us off? What you're rating? And anyone in the chat, let us know what you're rating for Jaws down below. I know Verno said it was a 5 all day. I don't remember if Fable said anything. I know he stopped in here for a second and said what's up.
I mean, without doubt, it's a 5. I mean, there's no.
I'm sure he would probably say it's a 5. I think
It's a no-brainer. This movie is a 5-star movie every day of the week, and it still holds up. It's still a great movie. I watch it at least once a year. Yeah, it's a 5.
Hell yeah, Barry. I'm interested.
I'm gonna give it solid 5 shark teeth, man. This thing was awesome, dude. I can't wait to watch it again. It was really good, man. I was surprised by how invested I became in the film, how suspenseful it got, and how I was just more than anything blown away by how good the shark looked. 50 years later, it looks fantastic. So yeah, easy
And
5.
this movie did what a lot of movies now can't do. They nailed the ending.
Yeah, the ending was fantastic, dude. It didn't drag
Yeah,
on.
I mean,
I
just blowing
didn't
up
care
the
for
fucking
more.
shark.
Yeah.
Smile, you son of a bitch. Those tanks, man, that Hooper's bitching about end up saving their fucking ass.
Right.
Man. Love it, man. Love it.
Yeah.
Everything, he throws that thing in him and he eats it and you almost forget about it because, and he's like, I'm going to blow this fucker up.
Well, that was the whole foreshadowing when he said that. Where Shannon's character probably didn't even know it would do that either. And he only did that because he remembered what the guy said. So
I thought when it went in his mouth and he bit it, it was gonna explode the first time, and it just didn't. It was just like hanging on the side of his mouth. Yeah.
Stuck on
So I
one
was
of
like,
his teeth.
I was like, oh well, that was a letdown, and then boom, he blew it up. So, super fire.
Yeah.
And well, of course, then the second movie has a similar situation. We won't
Does it?
ruin it for Perry, but
I'll get to it.
yeah,
How many are there? Just 4?
there's 4.
4. That's
You
not
can
bad.
stop
I'll
at
watch
2.
it. Yeah.
First 2 are definitely the best. They all have some charm to it. I think most
The
people
third
hate
one
fourth
the third one wasn't bad. The 4th one is fucking ridiculous, but the third one was all right.
Yeah. I grew up watching all of them. But yeah, you
The
just gotta
harpoons.
watch them and see what you think.
Yeah.
But yeah, all day 5 for me. I give this shit a fucking 69 stations all the fucking way, dude.
There's nudity in it, so yeah, that's fine.
Dude, the movie is so goddamn good.
The guy in the beginning running up to the girl. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm like, me
I'm
too.
okay. I'm not
And then he's
drunk.
like,
I'm not drunk.
I'm kind of just like laying down, fucking sleeping. The movie is just timeless, man. The shark looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
I just remember it never wanting to go in the water after watching this. And then when I went to
Yeah.
Universal and went on the Jaws ride, like that shit terrified me because like they had like a mechanical shark and it felt like the real shark from the movie, like that. It was just, it
I
felt
would've
so
loved to go
real
to
to me,
that.
man. And then I just was scared by it, but loved it so much, man. And it's just such a good movie, man. Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 all day. Looks like Two Gun agrees. 5 all day. Vernal gave it a 5 as well. Evan agrees. 5 slips all day. Bobby D says 5 steel slips, so you know that. No, he ain't playing. High marks from Brother Joe. Illuminating Shadows. What's going on?
What up, Jenny?
So hell yeah, 5s all day, man. So that's an easy one. It's a 5, brother.
Hell yeah.
5. Hell yeah. But it truly deserves it, man. There is no shark movie to ever be nearly as good as this. I'd say my second favorite shark movie would be fucking Deep Blue Sea. That's a really good shark movie as well. Which
Is
that
that
has
with
a
Samuel
little bit of
Jackson?
deep. What was that?
Yeah,
That was Samuel L.
yeah.
Samuel's in it,
Yeah, I
and
think
the
I've seen
guy
a couple scenes.
what's his name? I always forget the guy who played the Punisher in the first one. Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
He's in it as well. Yeah, that's LL Cool J's in it. Yeah, that one's good. And they have some CGI stuff with the sharks, and then they have some practical as well. So it's a little bit of both, but that's a fun one. And it's kind of like, it's almost like a fucking, I want to say haunted house in a way, but it's crazy because they're like stuck on they're like in the middle of nowhere in the ocean, and they have like their own like pad almost. I don't even know what to call it, but it's like in the middle of nowhere. They have like a research facility, and the place is huge. Like there's an underground part that people live in, and then there's like above ground where they have like a radio chick and shit. That one, I would check that one out. I would go down. I would watch some maybe Jaws 2, Perry, and then eventually watch
cool.
3 and 4, no doubt. But Deep Blue Sea is a must.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool. That's
They
him
have,
in the
they have,
freaking
they have
scuba
a
gear.
Hooper 8-inch clothed figure.
I thought they did do
as
a Brody.
diver.
I thought they did do a Brody, but I guess not.
No, they did a Hooper in scuba gear. Let me show again. Hooper in scuba gear.
Yeah.
They
But those are the cloth neckers too.
those are the
are
cloth
nice.
neckers, and then they got this one. That's just him in regular clothes.
Mm.
And then this one's really cool. I don't know if I'm going to buy this, but I might. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. Look at this.
Get those motherfucking sharks off my research facility.
This is the Tiny Toons one. It's the shark with Quint.
Yeah, that's that teeny pair. They got to do like a real one.
I thought you were going to say Sharknado.
They actually do have a real one that came out, but it's probably out. It's been out for a while. See if I can find it. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have more. Yeah, I can't find it, but I know they do make one that's kind of a real one. But yeah, they need to bring out Brody so you can have all 3 of them, and then I want to get the boat, stick the shark up there.
I'm surprised they don't have a figure like that or a statue like that with like half inside of the shark.
They do. They have one.
They have a statue.
Does have one. It's not a statue. It's kind of like a figure type thing. It's about this big. I'm sure they do. I'm sure if you go up on like Sideshow, or I'm sure you could probably spend a lot and get a real nice one. But that's what they got. So excellent movie. We should do Jaws 2 sometime too.
Heck yeah! I'll
Hell yeah! No, I want to do. I want to do Jaws 2 when that 4K comes out. Oh, and Link says it's a 5 all day. I had a feeling. I was waiting to see if he was still in here.
Yeah, I definitely think.
We got 5s all around. 5s all around.
Jaws 2. I think it comes out this month.
Yeah, I wanted. I already pre-ordered the 4K, so those 2 are the biggest ones that are going to be worth having on 4K without a doubt. And let's see. So that concludes the review for this week. And next week, we got us a good one that I'm really excited for. And that will be not Jaws.
Nope.
Oh, I forgot.
It's so good, we'll do it again.
Delete it. It's so good.
We'll do it again.
It's a good one. We'll do Jaws again.
I still like it. Still fine.
Hey, and I always forget that they're in the Orca. They're on the Orca.
Yeah, the Orca.
Frailty. That's what we'll be
Frailty.
doing next
What's
week.
Another great movie.
With Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I love
Such
that
a fucking good movie.
That movie is
Cannot go
extremely
wrong.
underrated. Extremely underrated.
2001.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be a really good review.
And then
I'm surprised Robbie picked Humanoids from the Deep, I guess, to come on for. I thought Frailty might have been the one he would have wanted to join us for.
Then Monday night, 7:45, I'll be doing Best in Show from the year 2000. If you like dogs, you like comedies,
The size of shot glasses.
stop by
Could you
and take
imagine
a
how
look at
big
Best in
those fucking
Show.
teeth are? Could you imagine how big Jaws' teeth were? And they got rows, man. Like his teeth were probably almost like as big as my fucking hand. Like those things just cut your fucking flesh like blades of grass. Like, oh my God.
Yep.
And they just eat you whole most of the time. So it's
Yeah.
like they'd have done like one bite just to kill you.
They could swallow you, no problem.
I hear sometimes they say when they'll
won't
bite
say a
you
thing.
once
Won't
and
say
then
it.
like bleed you out and then fucking come get your ass like you're a fucking baby.
No,
beetle.
ain't gonna touch that. Nope, ain't saying nothing. See, I don't want Dylan to get thrown off YouTube
Yeah.
like I got thrown off Facebook 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
Perry set
Yeah,
me
yeah,
up.
you're
I refuse to take that
definitely-
bait. I won't
You're
do it.
definitely gonna like Frailty, Evan.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Cool.
Wow, Two Gun said first time watch of Frailty. Yeah, bro.
Oh, you like that?
That you're gonna. I hope you enjoy it. And Bobby D said highly recommended, Evan. Yeah, Bobby D knows what's up. That's a good one. Great cast of young Matthew McConaughey, but you got a Bill Paxton and I'd say one of his best roles. He really shows what he could do. Because I know a lot of people, they love him in Aliens, but they always say he's too goofy in it. He's too over the top. Even though I love him in that, I feel like Frailty is where he's like real fucking serious, you know? Yeah.
Well, he was great in Near Dark too. Loved him in Near Dark.
Yeah, I think Frailty is going to be a great conversation, and I cannot wait. Hopefully, all the guys can be there this week or next week, and we can have a good conversation. I know Verno stuck at a party. He was trying to jump in, but I guess he stuck in a game of spades.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I got a jet. I appreciate having me on, man. Charles was awesome.
Of course, we're about to do show and tell and get the fuck out anyway, so no worries, my brother. I was gonna ask you have anything you want to show before you go?
Well, I got this one. I was actually gonna make a video on this. This is so cool. Eric Powell, creator of the Goon, his sketchbook, dude. This sketchbook is so freaking cool. Look at this. Look at this MODOK. Like he's got
Good.
better than the movie.
Good.
Look at this.
That's great. Catwoman.
That's Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, okay. The almost looks like Catwoman, doesn't it?
In a way. We got some Hulk in here. Like I was like so blown away when I seen this. I was like, no way, dude. This is so fire. Look at this.
That's very cool.
Just awesome, man. Let's see. I know there was the Goon with Batman.
Oh fuck yeah!
That was awesome. Limited to 2,000 copies. Seen it at MegaCon, $15. I was like, score. I was just sitting down looking at this today. I was like, dude, this thing's so freaking cool. Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna head out. Appreciate you guys having me on, and
of course, bro. Try to get you back.
I'll be back.
Get you back.
Yeah, I'll be back for another
got
horror
one
movie.
Spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, True Detective season 1. You gotta check that, Perry. True Detective season 1. That's
Detective.
so fucking good. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
All right, guys. See ya.
All right, brother. What do you got, Scarphead? I know you got some show and tell.
You have anything? You got something? No?
Yeah, I
You want to go first?
gotta go take a piss. Give me 1 second.
I guess I'll go first. All right. Picked up Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Collection from Shout Factory this week, continuing my 90s and 80s trek through comedies. So this has Bill and Ted's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's got the Bogus Adventure, and it's got a good documentary on the making of both those movies called Bill and Ted in Hell. So that's all on here, the Bill and Ted collection. I also picked up this from Kino. This is The White Buffalo, Charles Bronson. This actually came out the same year, actually 2 years later than Jaws. Kind of like, think of Jaws with a buffalo. So it's Charles Bronson hunting a killer buffalo. And this is the week that Evil Dead Rise came out. And I got the regular version of this, not the Steelbook. And this has almost no features on it, but I guess because it was going to be on Hulu originally, there's not much features. But at least we get a 4K, and we get the Ultra HD and the Blu-ray. And I like the slip. It's a pretty decent slip. Also got this, The Rundown with The Rock and Sean William Scott. And of course, this guy over here. Where is he? Over here. Oh, over here. Oh, there we go. So that is Christopher Walken, great movie. I think this is one of my favorite rock movies. Is that one right there? Picked up the original Pet Sematary on 4K, and I still like the original the best. Unfortunately, no slipcover for that. Picked this up. This is a double feature. Both of these are pretty good movies. I have not seen Running Scared with Paul Walker, although I've been told by a bunch of people that that's a great movie. And it also came with A Man Apart, one of Vin Diesel's better movies, because I remember seeing this. Picked that up. Office Space, one of my favorite comedies, actually. I love this one, Mike Judge. And Office Space. The 4K of Vacation came out this week.
Yeah.
Not too many features on this, but once again, you get the 4K movie, and the first one is still one of my favorite ones. And then I picked up Tommy Boy, the Steelbook. Love that cover. And finally, a movie that we're going to be doing on the show on Monday night in a couple of weeks. Kevin Kline, I Love You to Death. I love this movie. It's just a funny Kevin Kline movie, and it has a great cast. It's got William Hurt, River Phoenix, Tracy Ullman. It's a great, funny movie, and we'll be doing Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote Big Chill and Indiana Jones and stuff like that. I Love You to Death. So watch for that in a couple of weeks. And that's pretty much everything I got. What do you have, Dylan?
I got a couple Blu-rays. Speaking of the National Lampoon's Vacation, I got the Steelbook from Best Buy because I absolutely love
Which one is that? Can I see that again?
Hold on. I'm trying to take the plastic off fully.
Yeah, I think I should have got that one, but I didn't go to Best Buy.
You definitely should have. I had a feeling this would sell out because most people want, and I mean, the 100 Warner Brothers 100 thing looks good on that one because it goes with the gold, but I want the OG artwork, and
yeah, that's nice.
Looks so good on the Steelbook. Looks absolutely incredible. I love like the gold. I really hope that they do their original artwork and put a Steelbook out for Christmas Vacation because those are my two favorites. And I'd like a 4K for Vegas Vacation as well.
Yeah, I do have the one for Christmas Vacation Steelbook, for the Blu-ray, not for the 4K.
For the Blu-ray, yeah. Send me a picture of that. Is it the OG artwork?
No, I don't think so.
One
No,
thing
no,
I
it's
hate
not. No,
sometimes
it's
about
not.
the steelbooks
It's not.
is, do you ever have an issue taking the disc out? And I
And
feel
some
like
of them, yeah, they're in there
you
too.
gotta like get it at
Snap
an
'em.
angle. But I popped it in for a few minutes. I hear it has a great transfer, and some people are saying the picture gets better and better throughout the movie. So I'm
Sure,
excited to
okay.
check it out. I didn't own this one at all. I think I used to have it on a DVD pack with like Vegas Vacation and all the other ones. But I just fucking love that iconic poster art. So
Yeah,
I
it's
was so
good.
happy. That's why I went. They had like 3 copies left. So I was like, let me grab it. I don't want to pay it. No, I don't want to buy it online and pay shipping. So super happy to have that. Just a classic. I did get this, but I'm gonna have to send this one back because you also got a messed up copy as well. And that
Yeah, I
is
sent mine back. Got
Eyes.
the new one.
I'm gonna have to send this
That
back.
one isn't bad actually. The one I
Yeah,
sent you was
it's
really
more.
bad. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
And then it's hard to see, but on the front, it's got these like little holes throughout it, like
Yeah, the first one
almost
they
like
sent
somebody
me.
took a pen and kind of like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
the first
Pushed
one they
hard.
sent me was completely scraped across the front cover.
Dude, no, I did not. I haven't seen one. I want that Maximum Overdrive Steelbook. Have you seen that?
I've seen it.
Vestron
I've seen
put
a
out a
picture, but yeah,
Steelbook.
it's cool.
It's the first Steelbook they've ever done. I think they are finally doing. They just announced a 4K.
Yeah.
Their
See, I
first
already got
4K.
the movie.
But
Is
that
that?
Maximum Overdrive Steelbook looks sick.
But it's not 4K,
Bro,
is it? It's like a
I
regular
think it's
Blu-ray, right?
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I think it's Blu-ray.
I already got the Blu-ray, so.
Yeah. But the Steelbook looks so good, bro. It looks really fucking cool. But yeah, I know. And Scarpetta was nice enough to send me the American Pie 4 movie collection with them unrated and the R-rated versions. Comes with a 3-hour documentary of the franchise. So
yeah, I finally finished up the other night. I
out.
finally finished up and watched the reunion.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's the weakest of all of them, but it was still fun. It was still good.
Yeah, bro. You should see Scar. They really fucked Scar pads up. Oh yeah, it's a Walmart website exclusive. So you can't get it in stores. It's only on the website.
Could be.
That's
Walmart's starting to put out some exclusives now.
Wow. And I don't know if I showed this last week, but this is what we're doing this Monday, I believe, on your show, Best in Show, with Eugene Levy.
Yeah, Eugene Levy and Jennifer Coolidge.
Stifler's mom's in it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of big names in that. One of my favorites. I think this movie is hilarious. One of The Rock's first few films, and that is The Rundown with Steve Stifler himself and Christopher Walken's in it. I think this movie is so fucking good, though. I know we were talking about this the other day with Lincoln. I think he's a fan of it too. I think it's old Mill Creek disc too.
Yeah, it's Mill Creek is not the best transfer around, but it's all right.
There's probably no special features on it at all.
Nothing.
I'm just happy with the movie, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems like Sony sucks. They don't put out any of their own movies anymore.
No, they rarely do. I also got a couple figures that Scarf had sent me that he had picked up. The Mego of Alice Cooper, which
the hat
looks really fucking the face.
Does that have the hat? Is the hat in there?
Yeah, the hat's in there.
Okay, good. All right. There it is, yeah.
Yep.
Are you going to take that out of the box?
What was that?
Are you going to take it out of the box?
Probably not. Unless I get like a stand. I'd have to get an actual shelf for them. I've just been hanging them on the wall.
Oh, okay.
So, because they're like, I mean, they're good boxes. And I really, that's, if I put them, because I have the
I've been doing the same thing
there. I put the other ones on there, and I think they look good. Yeah. If I had a spot to put them, if I had like a shelf where I could put all my, unbox them all, but I really don't have any room. So the wall is perfect because I can't put any posters or anything. It's too small of an area. And then one of my favorites, the Killer Clown Shorty, fucking looks really good.
I've been thinking about I've been thinking about when getting one of those Spirit of Halloween animatronics and putting it down here. I don't know.
That would be sick. That would be sick. I would love to get one of those too. And then this is probably my favorite. I do fucking love the Shorty, but this is probably my favorite one, I think.
Oh, I love that one.
The freaking Creep Show
Guy, the dead guy with the head and the cake.
Yeah.
Show him the head and the cake.
The father.
Yeah, the head.
The
cake
father
and the
straight out of his grave. And it's just kind of crazy how they made him look just cut like that. I think it looks so
and the perfect is so dirty and it's got
yeah,
dirty
like
clothes.
it's crazy how he looks. I thought that was
They,
fun.
Migo's getting better and better with their monsters.
They really are. Yeah, he looks fucking damn good. And anything Creep Show, I've been looking. It's funny, Creep Show stuff's hard to find because the Creep Show NECA that they did, I haven't seen that in stores once. So, and that, you know which one I'm talking about? They recently did a Creep Show one for the movie, not the TV, because they had a cloth one for the TV show.
But I guess there's talk that they might do the monster in the box from Creep Show soon for the next wave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fucking Fluffy. That's what they call him.
Yeah. They don't call him that in the movie, though, do they? They call him that.
Tom Savini calls him that in real life. They don't call him that in the movie.
Yeah.
That's just the nickname I think they gave for him. And also, Scarphead sent the Ren and Stimpy almost complete series, which you said.
I said the bonus disc 2, 3. They make disc 2 in that of season 1 and disc 3 of
I have
season
to
1.
Put it in to see it.
That's right.
Okay,
they're labeled right.
On the thing, it looks fine.
They labeled right, but they're not right.
Yeah.
And that's the way they put them out because I bought one, same thing.
Yeah.
They never fixed it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, luckily I do have seasons 1.
I do too. Yeah.
It's funny that they got these uncut, but then when you get to season 3, they're not uncut.
Yeah, well, it's because most of the shit they cut was from the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because then they probably just got lighter.
Then they fired the creator and they got lighter.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And also, I believe a Region B copy of the X-Files season 11.
No, I think that's an all region. That should play in your regular player.
I'll have to check it out. It's on the back. It says Region B, but that doesn't always necessarily mean it won't work. I've seen Region B stuff play.
Have you watched those season 11 episodes?
Not in a long. I've seen the entire series.
Oh, you saw the extra ones they came out with later on?
Yeah, I've seen it all.
Okay.
It's been a while. Like I haven't seen it since it first came out. So I don't really remember.
I remember season 11. I don't know if it was 10 or 11, but for the most part, they were pretty shit poor, with maybe the exception of maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah,
they weren't that good.
I really don't. I don't remember it much. Yeah. Why did you have this Region B?
I bought it because I didn't think the box set had season 11, and it did.
Oh,
but I didn't buy that. I bought that at a music store locally.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's all region.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, because I was curious. I wonder how, because I want to get the entire Blu-ray box set, but it's expensive. So I wonder if it'd be cheaper to get them Region B or something. But
maybe. I know.
I'm hoping one day they'll give it a new proper box set.
Yeah, or drop the price.
Yeah.
Because even the individual seasons are like $40, something ridiculous.
The Creep Show can be found or ordered through Target. He's known as the Creep. Yeah, baby rat, cool. And last but not least, I do have a little poster to show. I gotta pull it out, but the 4K of Burial Ground, baby.
Oh, you can't do better than that, baby.
And man, this is a thick boy, man. It's got a really thick, like almost like a Vinegar Syndrome slipcover. It's super thick and well made. That's what she said. But
you got to give classic cinema its due.
Yeah.
El Nenate del Torre.
The Italian collection. And a little bit. Don't worry about it. But dude, I was flipping through little booklet in here too, man. They go in. There's some good shit in this book.
Oh, there
You're
is.
gonna
Very
have to
good.
read it.
Oh,
You
very
got to
good.
read it because there's some really good stuff kind of going into what was going on in Italian cinema when this was being made. And they said that the guy that did the special effects for this,
Mhm.
he worked on Zombie.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure
and then
probably
he worked on House by the Cemetery, which makes sense because I do see similarities. He worked on Demons, and then The Church, it says, and then it says Zombie Flesh Eaters, which is fucking Zombie.
The movie
So,
has some
definitely.
bona fides, and it has that little guy in it too. As an interview with Michael.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish this
Michael.
was bigger, but also a
Yeah.
sweet poster. I wish
I
it
love
was
the
bigger
new
though,
one.
man, because
Yeah.
I wanted to frame it. I'll have to see if I can find a frame though for it, because I would definitely love to freaking.
Mhm.
This is the one poster you gotta put up, man. Are you gonna find a spot for it?
Oh, it's possible.
It's a small one, so.
Yeah.
And then you got the 4K disc, and then the Blu-ray, which it basically has an entire special features disc. So I think it has feature and extras. So
And they have the Grindhouse version of the movies on there too. So
yeah, which that I'm super excited to check out. I'm really pumped to check that out. Dude, I can't believe how good, because I only have 188 films release, and it's Mother's Day, and there's no slip. It's just like a regular cool red tape.
Yeah, they do
But
good
dude,
stuff.
they did really fucking good. I highly recommend any Burial Ground fans to check that out.
Yeah.
And then you sent me this, which I believe
That's
is
my
the Mad Heidi poster.
Mad Heidi's back out in the theater for a day this week.
It's in the theater.
One day.
Oh,
It is.
oh, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah. The movie was all right. I recommend you watch it.
This
I'm
one.
not saying it's the best movie in the world, but it was okay.
What the?
It had Casper Van Dien as the head of Switzerland, pushing the cheese agenda.
Oh, you saw the movie.
I did it. So.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was okay. It's like a non-serious version of Sisu.
Of what? Sisu?
Yeah, it's like she's Sisu going up against the Swiss there.
Yeah.
I tell you, it was better than her got her goats or killed her goats or whatever that was,
Yeah.
which was horrible.
Yeah, I thought that was god awful as well.
Did you see I picked this up when you went out of the room, but I grabbed the 4K on Pet Cemetery this week too. The original. Wish I could have got a slip, but I love that cover.
Yeah. I gotta get that one on 4K myself. I don't know if I own Pet Cemetery 2 on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I
don't think I own that. I think I have it on DVD maybe.
I have a steelbook, a Blu-ray steelbook of it.
Oh, you do? That FYE one?
Yeah.
I always wanted that one.
You may get it. They get it soon.
Oh, fuck yeah. So yeah, that looks like that'll probably wrap it up. As always, thank you for the fucking awesome AOK Scarpad. I really fucking can't wait to hang that up on the wall. Anything Freak Show I go nuts for. And you know I love my Killer Clowns. I can't believe how good though that Alice Cooper's face looks. I mean that's
rock on.
That's spot on.
Yeah, it's really good.
And Migo's not necessarily always known for like their detail.
Well, I'm sure they had a license him and pay him some money. So
yeah. Oh,
and I want to thank everybody that stopped in. Guys, thank you. Have a good July 4th, everybody that's watching.
Be safe. Don't get in no trouble out there.
Don't blow off your fingers.
Don't blow your fingers off. Have fun. Get some drinks. Get some good grub. Get some good barbecue. And watch them fireworks blow off. And smoke you some tree.
Make sure you keep your dogs in the house. They don't like that shit.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your weekend. Have a happy 4th of July. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week for Frailty. It's going to be a great conversation next Saturday, 7:30 p.m.
And
Eastern.
Monday night, the dog show, Best in Show.
Make
Make sure you stop.
show at 7:45 p.m. Eastern.
Got it.
Scarpath's channel. And I'm sure Robbie will probably be doing something right after Scarpath's show. I'm not sure what, but definitely go check it out. And we will see you next time. And if you didn't watch it this Saturday morning, go on IG and check out my boy One Collection Down. Fable just did his Saturday early afternoon show, I think it is. I think it's around like 3 p.m. with Nick from Comic Culture. And yeah, have a great one. We will see you guys next time. Peace out, y'all.